continue this conversation. Just one additional thing also before passing the floor to the next speaker. You can, all of you, these 280 people that are with us today, you can join also the conversation in the social media using the hashtag SE, Social Economy for Green Transition. So after this short publicity, happy to give the floor to our colleague, Juliane Kronen. Juliane is the founder and managing director of Innatura, a social economy company, a charity in the circular economy. I mean, she has been a researcher, but also a strong practitioner, a strong activist in the social economy sector. And my question to her will be the following. Mrs. Kronen, what happens in the European Union to unused resources, such as surplus products in the European Union? Surplus products are not sold anymore by their producers. How can we give products a second life while benefiting charities and the whole social economy community? And what are your expectations regarding the upcoming European Action Plan for the Social Economy? Juliane, the floor is yours, and thank you very much, to all the other speakers for being with us today in this amazing event.
Yeah, thank you very much for the invitation, and I try to rush through that. Well, unfortunately, a lot of consumer products are being disposed of every single day for a number of reasons. Production faults, seasonal articles, relaunch articles, and classic overstock. That means absolutely brand new products which don't have any fault, which are perfectly usable, returns. There's a whole lot of reasons for that. And we know that about 2 to 3% of consumer products fall out of the production of the value chain. That means for Germany alone, that makes up a market value of 7 billion euro per year of consumer goods which are just being destroyed. And about a third of that is perfectly usable. Disposing of those products is absolutely the wrong thing to do, both for social and environmental reasons. So why not take those products and basically distribute them into the social sector? That would increase our resource efficiency. We would be able to close the loop a little bit, at least using things as they were intended to, and to create social benefits. And that is exactly what Innatura does. We are, as you said, a social enterprise. We're located in Cologne, Germany, and we cater to virtually all charities in Germany. What we do is we collect those brand new consumer products from manufacturers and retailers, bring them into our warehouse, put them on the catalog, and charities can order from a digital catalog. They pay a handling fee between 5 and 20% of the market value, which helps us to cover part of our cost. And the reason how do you create social benefit with receiving those donated products? Charities can expand the mileage of their budget. They save money and can basically safeguard or actually expand their activities. They can add beds in a shelter. They can have counseling centers open longer. They're able to afford organic food. And last but not least, giving brand new products means for the beneficiary means dignity and social participation. That's very, very important. So we basically systematically transform a waste problem into a solution, and we basically give the negative side of the coin that there is always surplus, because we always want to have a choice of everything anytime. We give it a positive side again. So that's what we do. We do that within the in-kind direct international network with affiliates in France, the UK, Italy, Singapore, actually, and more to come under the patronage of the Prince of Wales. And we share best practice and donations and advocate product philanthropy, as we call that. We are a typical social enterprise in the sense that the two societal issues we are addressing, waste and social need, wouldn't be tackled by the government alone, wouldn't be tackled by charity, by for-profit companies alone. And from the beginning, we have defined clear metrics for the social and environmental impact. Just to give you a rough idea where we are in terms of numbers, since we started operations in 2013, we have distributed goods worth 20 million euros. So if you think about the 7 billion per year and the 2 billion usable, we're just scratching on the surface of, I always say, the first snowflake of the iceberg. So the potential is enormous. We have about 5,000 charities registered with us. so they can order from us. We have about 150 donor companies, and we have avoided something like 3,000 tons of waste. Overall in the network, we've distributed together almost 600 million euro worth of goods. We have about 15,000 charities which could help their beneficiaries, and about 1,500 donor companies. We're contributing to the SDGs 12 and 13 mainly, but also, of course, the work helps charities to reduce poverty. Now, I know I have to rush, so let me cut down to 3 proposals. The first thing is, I think we simply have to facilitate and encourage product philanthropy and communicate its importance. And I know that in the Social Economy Europe plan, there are clear objectives to improve the visibility also of business models like ours. So I absolutely support that. It's very important. The second thing is we definitely have to improve the funding of social enterprises, but we've also heard about that. You have identified that. And let me just make one remark. Every day there are tremendous ideas being shaped how to tackle societal issues of real relevance about sustainability, about the growing age in our communities or in our societies, but they're simply not being implemented because the funding is not there. And there's empirical proof that social enterprises are more resilient, are more successful. We've seen that in the Corona crisis. They are part of the solution. They are driving the social innovation. So I absolutely would like to endorse this objective to improve that. But last but not least, the most important thing for our topic is that we create and harmonize the taxation rules for in-kind donations within the EU and fix the disincentives we currently have. Actually, it's more expensive for most companies to donate than to dispose of things. Because in Germany, for example, you have to account for a donation as revenues, which means you have to pay VAT, and even a donation receipt cannot offset that. And when we go to the financial authorities here, we're always being referred to Brussels. They cannot make it VAT exempt because that's the rule according to the EU VAT directive. There is no differentiation whether you give goods to a charity or a private person or a company. And if it's more expensive for companies to donate than to dispose of, companies unfortunately decide in a majority for disposal. This is something we cannot afford. And Corona times have made very clear there is a need for in-kind donations. Charities had trouble to do fundraising. They rely on donations. Companies have built up overstock due to the lockdown. They try to find a way to get responsibly rid of those overstocks, and financial donations will go down in uncertain times. So we definitely need help there, need a good ruling in the EU to make sure that charities can receive donations without additional cost for donor companies. That was the quick version, and I think that's perfectly in line with the objectives of the Green Deal for more sustainability on a social, environmental, and economic perspective. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Juliane, for this presentation about the work of your charity in particular, but also of many other similar business model and associations that apply the same strategies and find this solution for the social good, and how this can be improved from also a regulative, from again a legislation and regulative point of view. So thanks a lot for that.